Okay, this is our dashboard for the Montana IED filter from deliverable 2.2. So what this does is it'll filter the data based off latitude, longitude, distance, or based off date and region. What we've added to it this time is these export and create PowerPoint functions. So if we go to our VBA code, that shows in these bottom several codes, which is the export, the create PowerPoint, and the import of the PNGs. So what we tried to do with this was create an intuitive, user-friendly interface. The buttons are clearly labeled just to make it pretty easy for anybody to use. So as an example of how it runs, we have this already set up because it takes a while to filter through. So we just left it set up, and we'll just export it, and it'll run. So once it's finished exporting, what it's done is it's saved itself into our working directory as a CSV file. So we'll move over to the our studio code, which is shown here. It's just several codes that'll use different libraries and different tools to give us some more unique graphs that we can't use in Excel. So based off the what we just exported, we'll run this code in R, and it's going to make a few more pictures that will then be exported automatically to a file in that working directory. And once it's finished, we can move back into the Excel to the dashboard and pull up the PowerPoint using the Create PowerPoint button that we created for this deliverable. So just let it run. While it's running, to talk about some of the strengths and weaknesses, obviously one of the weaknesses is it takes a while. There's just a lot of code, and it really weighs down the computer, so it takes several minutes to run. But the amount of information that you get from it is obviously worth a couple minutes of waiting. And then one of the strengths is just the fact that it does run cleanly and it accomplishes the task, and it gets it done a lot faster than you could do just manually. Okay, so it's done running, so we'll go back to the... Okay, so now we're back to the Excel after running the R code, and we've just exported it, and we can use this Create PowerPoint button to make the PowerPoint based off the charts that we've made. So we'll click on that, and it will run. As you see, it loads up each of the different graphs, starting with switch type, casualties. These are the graphs from the Excel from deliverable 2, and then these new graphs from the R have been placed into the slideshow. So that concludes deliverable 3. Some of the future work that could be done to make this a little bit more streamlined would be better formatting of these R graphs to center them and title them similar to the way the Excel graphs were done, and then to get rid of having to exit out of Excel and go to the R code and then go back to Excel to create the PowerPoint. A way to streamline all that into one button would be optimal. And that concludes deliverable 3.